Well, folks, we come to the VR 2-day expert. While the name of the expert refers to a 2-day concept, it really means 2 bars. It is perfectly fine to use this expert on lower or higher time frames rather than just daily bars. The VR 2-day expert is another VR expert that can also be used as a trading system by itself. The principle behind this expert is simple. When a VR is generated, this expert will exit a position on one of 3 conditions. 1. Position stop loss level is triggered. 2. An opposing VR occurs. 3. 2 trading bars have passed. Again, 1. A position stop loss level is triggered. An opposing VR occurs. Or 3. 2 trading bars have passed. The last rule is what makes this expert different, as it is designed to get out of a position quickly. In fact, some of the studies we've done point that on the 2-day daily plays, a 70% reliability factor exists. Because of the fast nature of this expert, it allows for more positions to be entered and exited during the same time that other experts may hold onto a position that initial VR signal generated. When trading this expert, the 2-day expert should be taken as close to the close of the bar as possible instead of waiting until the opening of the next bar. I'm going to repeat that. When trading this expert, the 2-day exit should be taken as close to the closing of the bar as possible instead of waiting to the opening of the next bar. The gaps that occur between the close and opening of bars with this expert can mean the difference between a profitable trade and a losing one. One important point to make here is that Metastock shows only one symbol on a chart for any given bar. Because of this, occasionally an exit signal will not be displayed on a chart after 2 bars have passed. This happens when there is a new VR signal on the second bar after initial VR signal. When a new VR signal occurs, it is deemed more important to chart the new VR signal than to show the exit on the chart, as a new VR signal will result in a previous entry having to be exited anyway. Even though the exit does not show on the chart, all the information concerning a trade is shown properly in the expert advisory commentary, which you can pull up on your Metastock screen. The example below shows a string of 4 profitable VR day trades in a row. Each position is entered at the opening of the bar after the VR was generated and exited on the close of the following bar. Take a look at the string of 4 profitable trades. As we're going to see in some other examples, it seems like almost near perfection, but the 2-day has a very high reliability, as I've told you. Starting on the left side of the screen, negative VR. 2 days later, a little blue stop sign has you out, quiet there for a while. Negative VR comes in the middle of your screen. 2 days out, you have a profit. Then we have a positive VR. 2 days out, you're stopped out of this one. It doesn't appear to be a profitable trade. Next 2 days, back in with another positive VR, and sure enough, 2 days later, there's a profit on that trade. The example on the screen that we're looking at now is of a 2-day exit condition being hidden by the new VR in the same direction. I referred to this a moment ago, and we wanted to demonstrate it for you. A positive VR, and 2 days later you would exit, and you could still theoretically exit, but another positive VR comes in, so instead of having a little blue stop sign in there telling you to exit, the positive VR signals, well, you may want to take another position and trade it for another 2 days. Let's move on to an example, Google Daily. The Leibovit VR 2-day allows traders to capture the initial momentum. The circle trades show great examples of profitable trades. We do not claim that every trade will be profitable. However, this example shows how the short-term nature of this expert can be used as a guide to minimize risk exposure while capturing profits by taking advantage of short-term market momentum as triggered by the Leibovit volume reversal. In the next example, we're going to the 60-minute COMEX silver continuous chart to show you on an intraday basis how this also can be applied. This example shows how well the Leibovit VR 2-day works on the short-term environment, the short-term time frame. As with the previous example, the Leibovit VR 2-day holds positions for 2 trading bars unless the suggested stop price is triggered or a new VR signal forms in the meantime. And finally, we're going to look at the NYMEX Platinum Continuous Daily Chart. This is in the July-September 2010 period. If you look at the chart in late July, positive VR. 2 days later, you're out. The little blue stop sign notifies you that 2 days have passed and you exit. You pause a day, negative Leibovit volume reversal comes in. 2 days later, you're out in a trade. Then we run into a quiet period until about the, looks like around the 19th of August. And negative Leibovit volume reversal comes in. You're out 2 days later with a trade. And then come around the third week of the month, positive VR signal there. And we're out 2 days later. What can I tell you? It's straightforward. Entry signals and holding period make this expert a favorite among traders, including myself. Thank you again for your attention.